Today we're making one of my family's favorite side dishes, crispy roasted Brussels sprouts with prosciutto. Seriously, my guys can't get enough of these. They're fancy enough for a holiday, but easy enough for a weeknight. If you don't think you like Brussels sprouts, these just might change your mind. I'm Christina from It Is a Keeper, and I share tried and true recipes that anyone can make, like these crispy roasted Brussels sprouts with prosciutto. There's layer upon layer of flavor. So let me show you how to make them. So the first thing we need to do to make our crispy Brussels sprouts with prosciutto is to trim our Brussels sprouts. So here I have about a pound of Brussels sprouts, and we need to clean them up. So if you've never worked with Brussels sprouts, they're like little teeny tiny cabbages, and we just have to trim them up a little bit. So what we're going to do is cut this end off, and then I like to cut them in half. And then if there's any loose leaves, you can keep them or toss them. I keep them and just throw them right in the bowl. The outside leaves tend to fall off when you cut away that root end. But that's okay. That's my husband's favorite part because they get extra super crispy, and he loves those crispy bits that get in there. So I'm just going to scrape those away. Okay, so all of our Brussels sprouts are prepared. Now, if you have really giant Brussels sprouts, you might want to cut those into thirds, but I find these were just average size, so I just have them. And it gives us a nice flat edge, which when they hit the pan, will caramelize and get nice and crispy. Okay, so next up is some prosciutto. So prosciutto is just a really thin cured ham, very, very thin. So I just stack up the slices like so, as much as I can. Sometimes they have a mind of their own. And then I will fold them in half. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do before I fold it? I'm gonna cut them in half and then fold them in half. And we just need to cut them into bite-sized pieces. So I'll do strips first, and then I'll go crosswise. Oops, I don't think that one went through. Okay, into the bowl they go. Okay, next up we're gonna add some more flavor. So that's gonna give us that bacony, smoky flavor with the Brussels sprouts. Now we're going to add my favorite, some garlic. So about 3 cloves here. I like to use the fresh garlic for this. You can easily use the jarred, it's up to you. I just like I feel like the fresh garlic gives it better garlic flavor. So I just crush them with my knife. Whoops, garlic flying. Alrighty. So crushing it just makes the peel come off a little bit easier, or so it should. I didn't crush that one hard enough. There we go. You really got to put some muscle behind it. Show that garlic who's boss. All right, then we're just going to mince it up. I love garlic. So the recipe says 3. I'd probably use about 5. But I'm going to stay true to the recipe for you guys. I find that I typically always smell like garlic. My fingers are always garlic fingers, no matter how much I try to clean them. I cook with so much. If you look in the container behind me, there's probably about 6 heads of garlic back there. No vampires here, right? Is that what garlic keeps away? Vampires? I don't know if it's witches, warlocks, werewolves, ghosts. All right. You don't want to do the pieces too fine because you don't want them to burn in the oven. So just a nice mince here. Into the bowl, that goes. Okay, couple more ingredients and we are done. I'm going to add just a drizzle of olive oil. Oh, come on, there we go. And a sprinkling of my all-purpose seasoning blend. You can get that recipe in the show notes. It is my favorite seasoning blend. I use it on everything. So then we'll just get everything tossed together. just to distribute the prosciutto, the garlic, get everything with a nice shiny coating of olive oil. Give everything a nice coating. All right, that looks good. So now we're going to transfer our sprouts to a baking dish and we're going to pop them in the oven. All right, so we have our baking dish. We're just going to get everything out of the bowl into the dish. Arrange it in a single layer. I like to kind of go through as well and see if I can flip some of these. I don't do it for all of them, but just flip a bunch of them over so they're upside down and that flat end is against the bottom, just to get that nice, little bit crispier. And if you find that not everybody has a good coating of olive oil, go ahead and give it another little drizzle. It won't hurt anything. Okay, and if you see any big pieces of prosciutto stuck together, I just kind of go with my fingers and sprinkle that around because we want everything to get immersed with that flavor, right? That's the whole goal. Wait till you see the prosciutto crisps up. Ooh, it's so nice and crispy. I love it. Okay, this looks good. Everybody's ready. I'm gonna pop this in a hot oven for about 25 minutes and then we're going to finish it off. All right, so here are our crispy Brussels sprouts. Oh, they look so good. I cannot wait to dig in, but we have one more step to do. So while they are still hot, we're going to give them a drizzle of white wine vinegar. Now you wanna make sure it's white wine vinegar. It just has a different flavor. You wouldn't wanna use traditional white distilled vinegar here or apple cider. The white wine is a much milder flavor. Oh, and scrape up the garlic and the prosciutto from the bottom. All right, we're gonna give these a good stir. And I can't wait to dig in. I'm going right in here. I'm just gonna eat right out of the pan. I'm gonna go for a nice crispy one. I'm gonna get some of this prosciutto, some garlic, and of course, a big fat sprout. The vinegar makes it so bright. It's like happy Brussels sprouts. You guys, I'm telling you, if you think you don't like Brussels sprouts, give this recipe a try. I think they'll change your mind. They are fantastic. These crispy roasted Brussels sprouts with prosciutto are definitely a keeper. I think a light layer of fresh grated Parmesan cheese would make them even better. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want another fantastic side dish, make sure you check out my bacon candied carrots. Thanks for joining me today. You can get the full printable recipe in the video description below. I'll see you next time. Bye.